whatever. That's a thing. Hooray for shit and stuff. Um, yeah. So, I mean, and this isn't just a code review; it's also a refinement of the Picard language, right? Um, so all these things are things, right? And all of this is in. Oh, it's okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Amadeus. 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 Right. Um. So. Yeah. All right. So we have. Get user choice from available options. Input the string. Okay, yeah. I mean that's fine. It'd be nice if I had um um be nice to have hierarchy input for option selection. Right. Makes autonomous testing more difficult. Um, we want like each we want everything to clear on section, right? We want to be able to clear the whole fucking screen every time there's a new section. Um, Paragraph control might be something a little bit weird as well. Um, Probably doesn't really need to be done, but that's a thing. Handling paragraph control and stuff. That might, I don't know. There might be something there. But again, like it doesn't really matter. Like I'm okay with not. I'm okay with that not being a thing. And again, like I could do an interact. Like if my goal was to have an interactive novel, I could an interactive, narrative, an interactive novel. I could, just straight up, just write the whole thing in some language, right? It could be very easy to do that, but it's more useful to have a scripting, right? It is far more useful to have a scripting language, and there's a lot of reasons why I want to have a scripting language, so that I can understand how to write scripting languages, because like I want to write not just an interactive novel, but I want to level up and do do something along the lines. I mean, there's also things like UI design for my for my engine. I want to have UI design for my engine. I want to have different kinds of variables and things like that. Like there's a lot of reasons why I want to do these things to make development a lot easier on myself, so I can understand more effectively how I want to structure things later on. That's why I'm doing Picard. And also, like, as a side note, you know, like, I feel like there is a little bit of a niche that might be filled. It could probably easily be filled with a runtime environment that kind of piggybacks off of Obsidian. Because I think having something that, you know, users already use, and then they could just kind of go in and change a handful of things, and damn, they have it. Right. So I want to have something that has that kind of functionality baked in for the sake of just, I don't know, like I don't know how to put it, you know. It's just kind of yeah, I really don't know how to put it. Like, how do I makes testing more autonomous testing more difficult. Right. Right. So there's that. Huh. I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, so okay, so navigate to target. Navigate to target selection. Because, like, I'm also kind of curious as to, like, what kinds of I wish I had a deck of cards. That would be so useful right now. Or some other, like, drag and drop. Yeah. I don't know. Place to output, navigate to target, control display. And also, like, how hard would it be for me to make? Like, realistically speaking, how hard is it going to be for me to remake Kern in Rust? Is that something that is going to be infeasible? Right? I mean, I do very much want to launch in different things. Like, also, what like Vulkan. Can I see what kind of Vulkan bindings I have, right? Like, how hard? Yeah, how hard is it? Um, um, can you tell me what kinds of capabilities Vulkan has on older hardware? As in, is it possible to run Vulkan on, machines that are older than specification? Right? Like, can I have hardware acceleration on, this 15-year-old computer? Right? Like, is that something? Oh, and I'm still doing Picard. Fucking goddamn it. Um, that's what I want to do. Uh, can you tell me what it is like to run Vulkan on older hardware, specifically hardware older than the specific case? Because I know that I know transfer it won't. Vulkan requires specific GPU features that older hardware Vulkan has hard requirements, not just recommendations. GPU needs modern shader cores and instructions. Explicit memory binding support. Need hardware command requires specific areas. And refuse to initialize on unsupported hardware. Unlike OpenGL, Vulkan has no software rendering package hardware only. This is something that's super. OpenGL, on the other hand, has fallbacks. No. Okay, so while it does have okay, so while it does have device detection and declaration does not have arbitrary device detection. And, declaration. Correct. Vulcan's device detection, physical devices, get physical device properties, etc. Just queries what's actually there. It reports real GPU capabilities. It doesn't create them. You can't use the detection logic. GPU black. Hard extensions need to be missing and increased fail. Code have the hardware capability fundamentally different like OpenGL, where you can sometimes work around missing features with software implementations. So if my goal is to run on anything, OpenGL support if something like if something like compute shaders are needed, then Vulkan compute shaders or custom rendering pipelines are needed, then Vulkan is likely the option. Right. OpenGL, widest hardware support, best for making it anywhere. Compute shader, yeah, OpenGL has compute shaders, but you still require OpenGL 4.1, 4.2, I think, or better. And at that point, you might as well just fucking use Vulkan, right? Custom rendering pipelines with explicit synchronization, yeah, it is really cool. Vulkan has better performance on modern GPUs, not necessarily GPUs that just barely. So, like, if I want something that can run on older hardware, like Karn, like I wouldn't mind having Karn running on this, like this pile of shit, right? That is something that I can do. I do, like, there's, I don't know. I'm also kind of, yeah, like I have these kinds of mentalities. I have these kinds of things and features and stuff that I could be doing. I don't really know. Right? There's just like a lot involved in a lot of these things, right? So there's just like a lot that I need to keep in mind and figure out in order to work out what it is that needs to be done. in like in the context of the other, um, like in the context of the other projects that I want. Because again, like I'm still like mostly messing around with uh with with Rust and what that kind of pipeline looks like. What does working with Rust look like? What does doing much of anything with regards to Rust? What does all of that look like? Right? Um, yeah. So there are a lot of questions that still need to be answered there. And I'm wondering what all that can be. And I'm also still very much wondering, I don't know, right? Because I have access to OpenGL. Um, uh, my current. I kind of want to do run for all sessions, honestly. Hmm. Can you check what and hard? Do. Yeah, I think it can actually just take a whole thing and look. Yeah, M45 0. Yeah, 2000. Yeah, I mean, I'm still like, there's a lot of things that I'm wondering. Right? Like, how nice is Pac-Man? How easy is it for me to handle? Like, there are a lot of situations that I want to be able to work with, right? Uh, because I don't know if I want to stick with Ubuntu. Like, I'm hearing a lot of things now. Like, what is the current bleeding edge, top of the line, most useful thing? Because I don't know what. Because the biggest problem that I end up having with things like Arch is connectivity. I struggle with connecting to much of anything with it, right? So that's kind of a big fucking deal, right? Like, that's kind of a big deal to be running into. I don't like that. Yeah, so there's a lot of things involved in that. I don't know. I like having access to direct, reliable which is why I like having Ubuntu. I like having Kubuntu. I like having, you know, stuff. Either way, I'm still like way off topic. Yeah, no, this is literally the this is the spec. It's old. So there's that. Yeah, it's really. So I have no. I don't have any hardware acceleration. Cool. But you're not running pure software rendering, which would be much slower. You're getting GPU accelerated OpenGL 2.1, just still hardware backed, just limited. Can you run? Because if I can bump up to OpenGL 3.1, then actively accelerating OpenGL 2.1. Hold on. If my hardware is supposed to be able to support OpenGL 3.1, but I'm just stuck at 2.1, then is there some can you help me try to get up to the OpenGL version that my hardware can support? Because I'm starting to wonder if your Iron Lake GPU's driver in Mesa doesn't expose OpenGL. The issue isn't the GPU itself, it's that i9-15 driver for Iron Lake was never fully completed for OpenGL. Oh. Okay. You? Yeah, okay. So effectively Mesa decided that that shit's fucking old. I'm outing and get right and just stopped writing. Um for direct Intel drivers for me, because like if that's a thing, unfortunately Iron Lake hardware support never extended beyond one self-verification issue. Intel driver you have is already the best available. Your options are. Oh wait, I thought you said. intelx.org driver is already installed. The problem is deeper misses. Wait, I thought you said. Wait, you said that Intel have better options directly, or is that just not a thing for Linux? Okay. Maintained by the community. No closer to level bottleneck. Pound Windows Intel provides its own driver suite, but instead, so you're already using Intel's best effort. Okay. So even if I switched to Windows, I would still be struggling to find any driver. As it will likely be pushing the limits of because I seriously doubt that Intel even has what, like around 2013 might theoretically get OpenGL support those old drivers, but no guarantee and no active. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's kind of what I thought. I mean, it would have been kind of nice. Still. Oh, yeah, I might end up cutting my. Yeah, I might end up cutting my stream short. Because I actually have a lot of stuff that I need to take care of. I have a lot of stuff I need to do. I have a lot of things. So I actually think I'm gonna end it. Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna end it here. I got boatload of shit I gotta take care of. Not just with this stuff. This is programming, personal, and personal stuff. Like my mental faculties are starting to fail me. So I'm having an incredibly hard time thinking in general. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here because I have some things to take. I'm gonna end it here. You guys have a good one. Anyone else watching these? Hope your day's going well.